All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Healthy Living event sponsored by the Juice Plus community. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Carole Turnbo. I am a qualifying senior sales coordinator. It's a new title, so I'm still getting used to it. With the Juice Plus company. I am a wife. I am a mom. I am a mama. I'm a CrossFit coach. I'm a CrossFit Masters athlete, but my true passion is nutrition and teaching people that food really does heal. Tonight, you're going to hear from myself and some of my teammates. We've all joined on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world, and I'm going to start by introducing our products. Our product line is simple, and it will continue to be simple because it's food. It's food that our body needs on a daily basis. Simply put, Juice Plus has figured out how to put fruits and vegetables in a capsule. So what we have here is our tri-pack. Fruits, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. There's over 30 different varieties of fruits, vegetables, and berries in the capsules. It's 100% plant-based all the way down to the capsule, better than organic, non-GMO, picked at the peak of ripeness with an NSF seal of approval. And what that means that what is in the product is on the label, okay? And so if you look at this label, we have our vegetable blend right here. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll read it to you. First of all, very important, it is a nutrition label. It's not a supplement label. Like I said, it is food in a capsule. My neighbor's taking her trash out. Can you hear it? Shut the window a little bit. So the vegetable blend is broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, lemon peel, rice bran, and kale, all in this capsule. So like I said, we have the vegetable blend, the fruit blend, and the berry blend. We also have a full spectrum of plant-based omegas, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Juice Plus has cut out the middleman, which are the fish that we get our omegas from, and they went straight to the algae, which is what fish eat to get their omegas, which we were getting, right? It's also included is pomegranate oil, tomato seed oil, and a couple more, but once again, vegan all the way down to the capsule, okay? We have our complete protein powder. This is chocolate, my favorite. Vanilla is also my favorite. I love them. I have one every day without fail. Complete protein powder. We have complete bars, and we have an aeroponic growing system, a tower garden, where you can grow your own vegetables or fruit in your house, on your back porch. Just needs a small area. Mine is hitting its 6-week mark, and my plants have just exploded. So 6 weeks, farm to table, nice fresh veggies with no pesticides or anything on them. I can't wait to eat off of it. So tonight we have an amazing line of speakers. I'm going to start with Tammy Lamason. She is out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, right, Tammy? Is that what I read? Welcome. Please share your story, share your team with us tonight. We're excited to have you.
Thank you. Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Great. Thank you, Carole. I appreciate that. Hello, everybody. My name is Tammy Lamason. Like Carole said, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am a wife of 28 years, a mom to 3. I have a son-in-law, and very exciting, we will have our first grandbaby come November. So we are very excited about that. So I will be a Mimi. So I'm excited about that title. But my Juice Plus story, we first started Juice Plus 18 and a half years ago when it was first introduced to us. Actually, my husband is a physical therapist, and he was working a golf tournament, and it was brought to him at the golf tournament by a stranger. And I will forever be grateful for that stranger that came up to him. But my husband wanted to know more about the research. So the research is what really sealed the deal for him. Now me, I was a stay-at-home mom, and our children at the time were 7, 4, and 1. And I was the mom that lived at the pediatrician's office. I don't know about any of you, but when one child gets sick, they all get sick, right? I could probably get some amens on that one. So in fact, our kids were known at the pediatrician's office. The pediatrician would tell us that the Lamasons needed their own room because we were there all the time. So our oldest, Emily, she suffered from lots of ear infections and colds. Our son, Josh, our middle child, was at a very early age. He was an infant, had RSV. And that was a very terrifying time in our lives as young parents to watch your child's lips turn blue. And we were told as he got a little bit older, you know, he would live his life on albuterol and nasal sprays and all of that because of the RSV, that he would suffer from that his whole life. And then our youngest had severe allergies from early on. So I knew when Wendell, my husband, brought this home and said, hey, it's fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I just listened to a 15-minute cassette tape that tells you how long ago it was, right? Just listened to a 15-minute cassette tape on the importance of this and the research. So we're going to take this. And I'm like, sure, I'm all in. So that was the only change we made in our family's diet. But let me tell you, I started seeing the differences right away. My husband actually had adult onset asthma and never left home without 2 inhalers. And I noticed that just shortly after starting this whole food nutrition, that 1 inhaler stayed home, and then both inhalers stayed home. And I didn't notice the difference in myself right away. It wasn't until about a year in that I realized I hadn't gotten strep throat, and I used to get it 2 to 3 times a year. But what really did it for me as a mom was when our pediatrician called about 10 months into us taking Juice Plus, asking if she had offended us. And I thought, well, that's crazy. Why? No. She said, well, I noticed you guys have not been in to see me in about 10 months, and I just assumed you were going to a new pediatrician. And the only change we had made was Juice Plus. So that was it. And I knew that we would be on it for life. When you have something like that happen in your life, you just can't help, you know, but share it. And so from that, we have seen so many incredible stories, you know, with others as well, with our family and close friends. And that part of the business story, you know, when you have that stuff happen, you just naturally have to share it. But let me back up just a little bit, because 25 and a half years ago, when Emily was born, I had always had a dream of being a stay-at-home mom. And so when we decided for me to stay home, that was my dream come true. I loved that I was allowed to have that, or that I was able to have that calling, but I still felt that God was calling me to more. And I just had no idea that it would come in the form of owning my own business. So when we were first introduced to the community and to the business 18 and a half years ago, like I said, our kids were 7, 4, and 1. It offered me 2 things that I really didn't know that I needed. And first, like I shared, the gift of health. And I can gladly say now, 18 and a half years later, our daughter's 25, almost 26, expecting her first, and is never sick. Our son, Josh, is 23 and has not been on any meds. He was the one that had RSV, and we bought the nebulizer, we haven't used it. He hasn't been on any meds for many, 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 many years. And our youngest, who had all the allergies, suffers no more. So we're so excited that all of that happened. So that the first gift was the gift of health. So I shared all the incredible benefits for our family. I knew then that I needed to share it, and everybody needed to know about it, right? I felt like I had an ethical obligation to share that with other parents and my own family and friends, the ones that I loved. You know, I needed to be able to share that. The second thing that this community and this business offered to me was a financial gift. I had no idea back then how much of a blessing I would need that to be for this very present time. So because I said yes to the community, we were able to pay for our children's college. Our youngest still has 2 years, but I love that they will be able to graduate debt-free. And we were able to pay for our daughter's wedding, her dream wedding. And I love that we were able to say yes to make this move to Tennessee. We were new empty nesters, and our kids were begging us to move closer, and we were able to say yes. And so now I'll be able to be here near my future grandchildren. And I have a full benefit package because of my Juice Plus business. So because of this community, I'm able to help others with their health and their finances. Because of this community, I'm able to have incredible friendships. I have found some of the nearest and dearest friends. And because of this business, I can say yes to my children more often. And I really feel that I have been able to find what I'm called to do. So I am excited to be able to, and honored to be able to share my product and business story with you. But I am most excited for you to be able to hear from some incredible team members of mine. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read the bio. So first up, I am so excited to be able to introduce you to Beverly Hendrix, a very dear friend of mine. She's been a Juice Plus partner for 3 years. She lives right near Charlotte, North Carolina. She has in Mint Hill. She's worked in the corporate world as a recruiter and has taught international students for over a decade. She lives in Mint Hill, North Carolina with her husband, Ronnie. She loves animals and is a mom to 2 cats. She enjoys cooking, nature walks, reading, spa days, and cultural events. So I'm very excited to introduce you to Beverly Hendrix.
Thank you, Tammy. Hey, everybody. Well, my Juice Plus journey started a little over 3 years ago. And at that time, I was teaching full-time in Georgia and building a home in North Carolina. So it was a very stressful time, and I often felt tired and just drained and just overall didn't feel that great. So one day I was on Facebook, and a friend of mine posted about the shred. And I said, what is this? I was interested and reached out to her to get more information, and it just was good timing, I think. It was something that I needed, and I went ahead and ordered my capsules. And I started taking them the day they arrived in the mail. But a few months later, so it wasn't immediate for me, but a few months later, I realized, gosh, I think I have more energy and I just feel better overall. And, so I was pretty happy, but I have an old knee injury, like 35 plus years ago. I've been dealing with this knee. It was a pretty bad injury, and it prevented me from doing many activities that most young people do. So, and I was also diagnosed or told that I had arthritis in my right knee at a very young age. And it was somewhere between 10 and 12 months after I started taking my capsules. And I really don't know, because when something's not bothering you, you don't think about it. And my nephew was taking tennis lessons, and he wanted someone to practice with him. And I said, well, okay, I'll practice with you. And my husband was like, not with your knee. And I said, well, you know what? It's not bothering me. And he's like, what? And I said, listen, extending up, like, listen, it doesn't crunch anymore. Isn't this amazing? And it just really did not have any symptoms of arthritis. And that's when we both were like, wow, there's really something to this. So I'm thrilled that someone shared Juice Plus with me. And I've just experienced many health benefits. My husband has as well, and many family members and friends. So it's been a gift. It's been a gift. And like I mentioned, I was I was teaching, and I worked with international college students for, well over a decade. And it was something that I was passionate about. I really enjoyed it. However, when I moved to North Carolina, I just wasn't able to find a program that was as satisfying as the program that I was working at and involved in when I was in Georgia. And I was, kind of looking for that next step. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? I've taught for so long. I don't, and I was already a Juice Plus partner, though. I had been a partner for several months, almost a year. But that wasn't what I thought of as a job. I was a teacher, and I kind of felt like I was losing my identity a little bit, thinking about doing something else. But luckily, I was a partner, and I just kind of thought, I said, well, here's another option. And so I put in my resignation, and that was like in 2018 at the end of the school year, and started focusing more on my Juice Plus business. And what I love about the business is that I'm able to work at my own pace. There are no sales quotas, no micromanaging. I had enough of that in North Carolina. That's one of the reasons I wanted to leave my job. And it just, I said, well, maybe I'll give this a shot. And I have, like I said, I've experienced many health benefits, so I really enjoy sharing about Juice Plus and the products. And my favorite part of the business is the community. We just have such a wonderful community. I've been able to make many friends, and I'm just around like-minded, positive people. And especially in a time like this, that positivity really does something for your soul. So, and the people that I work with at Juice Plus, they just genuinely want me to succeed. And it's just such a good feeling. So basically, I love that I'm able to have my own business, but I'm never doing this alone. I just really feel supported by my community. So, so that's my story. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you so much. It's such a joy to be able to be on this mission with you. Next, we have Jennifer Thomas. She lives in Randleman, North Carolina with her husband of 15 years. They have 3 beautiful girls. They're 12, 9, and 6. She works as a physical therapist as well. She's a sales coordinator. She's a pastor's wife, and she's been taking Juice Plus for over 10 years with her family, and her last 2 girls are Juice Plus babies. So Jen loves all things Disney, spending quality time with her family, being outdoors, retail therapy, and loves her Juice Plus business. So Jennifer Thomas.
Hey everybody, so grateful to be here tonight. I'll just talk a little bit about how Juice Plus, the product itself, has affected me personally and our family. It began over 11 years ago. I was introduced to the product by my former boss and his wife, and that would be Wendell and Tammy Lamason. They're dear friends of me and our family, and we love them. My oldest daughter was 6 months old at the time, and we thought, that would be a great way for us to get some extra nutrition in our bodies. So as a physical therapist, as Tammy mentioned, I knew the research was important. And so that is why, one of the reasons I said yes to the product to begin with. I actually used Juice Plus for my prenatals for my next 2 girls. And they've basically been JP babies since conception. And their labor, delivery, everything went very well and smoothly, better than the first one with being on Juice Plus. So one of the significant changes that I want to talk about tonight that I've seen, especially in my kids, is just constipation issues gone. Our middle child suffered with severe constipation that really affected her potty training, and it made it very difficult for us. So I had contacted her pediatrician several times to discuss this and see what we could offer her and see what we could do about it. And they suggested Miralax. And I don't know if you've read the back of a Miralax bottle, but it says do not give to under 12. And so that made me very scared and skeptical at the same time to give this to my 2-year-old. I called them back, asked them multiple times, what in the world, why do I need to give this to my 2-year-old? So with the questions that I had, I talked to a dear friend of our family who had also been taking Juice Plus for years. And she just recommended, hey, how about doubling up on Kaylee's Juice Plus for a little while and just see if that makes any changes. Well, within 3 weeks, she was using the bathroom. No problems, no constipation, no pain, no hiding, no crying, completely gone. And to this day, if she ever has any kind of tummy troubles, we just double up on her Juice Plus and she's perfectly fine. So I'm very grateful for that. Got us through those potty training years a lot better. So this was just one of the starts of many wonderful things that we began to see in our family. 2 years later, I was diagnosed with high cholesterol. And as a physical therapist and trying to stay active and knowing about medication, I was shocked and kind of stunned when I heard the words, well, we need to prescribe you some medication for that. So I said, just wait, give me 6 months. Let me try some things on my own, some natural things, and see if I can get it down, which she agreed to. So what I did was I had actually been taking the fruits and veggies, which is the red and green blend that they showed earlier. I was taking that and have been taking that for several years. But I knew the research that had come out about the Vineyard blend, which is that purple berry blend, and how it's very heart healthy and it's supposed to help systemic inflammation. And so I added the purple blend into my daily routine. I also did a 30-day detox, which back then was called a 30-day transformation. But you heard Beverly talk about shreds, and that's kind of the program that we follow now. And so I did the 30-day transformation, and then I also had to drop my dairy addiction. And so with dropping my dairy addiction and adding some other, healthy things to my lifestyle, like more exercise, I went back to the doctor, got the blood work 6 months later, and it had already dropped 20 points. So she was very satisfied with that. And she said, keep doing what you're doing. It's working. So I continued over the years, just staying, trying to stay dairy free or low on dairy. And when the Omega blend came out, which is the without the fish, sorry, my battery's running low. I'm going to talk fast. So I added that to my diet, and that also helped kind of improve my cholesterol numbers. So over the years, they have dropped. We mentioned the Shred 10 earlier. We have seen a tremendous change in our the way we feel with the Shred 10. My husband has been on a journey for over a year, and with doing multiple Shred 10s over the past year, as well as some lifestyle changes working out, he's lost over 40 pounds. So this has been huge for our family as well. We are truly grateful for Juice Plus. And because I believed in this product so much, I went ahead and joined the business because I thought, hey, if I'm getting our whole family on it, we better be able to pay for it, right? So it was mainly just to get, our Juice Plus paid for, but it has given me so much more. I've got a community of people that love me and encourage me and push me to strive to be better. The personal development that has come along with it has been amazing. The extra income to support my love for Disney, as Tammy mentioned earlier, has also been helpful. So I'm so glad that I said yes to this product and this business, because it's not only impacted my life and my family's life, but I know there's impacting generations to come and other people that I come in contact with and I love and care about. So thank you for allowing me to share tonight.
Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that so much. What an honor to have you. So one of Jen's newest team members, Constance Sams, lives in Sophia, North Carolina, and she's newer to the business, but her story is incredible. She works for United Healthcare. She also has a business with her daughter called Doodlebug Creations. She's been with Juice Plus since August of 2019. She loves to read and spend time outdoors, and I know that you're going to be blessed by hearing her story. So Constance, can you unmute?
I think that worked. Okay. I have a cheat sheet and I'm very, very nervous, y'all, so please just bear with me. I'm going to bring first my daughter because my story revolves around her. So Ashley, come over here and say hi to everybody.
Hi.
So 16 months ago, about February of 2019, my daughter, Ashley, who was 10 years old at the time, started suffering from migraines. I mean, just debilitating migraines. She would feel a headache coming on, and within 30 minutes, it would be a full-blown migraine. She couldn't function. She was throwing up. She had sensitivity to light and sound. At times, she would be very dizzy, and it was difficult just for her to even function. My perfectly normal, healthy 10-year-old child, never missed a day of school, was missing 2 to 3 days a week. And that was hard. It got to the point where every time the phone rang, I was scared to answer it because I knew it was going to be the school. You need to come get her. She's had another episode. She's thrown up yet again. I took her to a pediatric neurologist, and they gave her a clean bill of health. They said there's nothing wrong with her. Let's just keep a food diary. Well, my best friend, Jen, she's been telling me about Juice Plus for quite some time. And, every time we get together, she'd talk about it. And, I just kind of blow her off. Yeah, we know. And she said, let's put Ashley on the berry blend. She handed me went into the pantry, pulled out a bag, unopened, brand new, and said, here, take this home and give her 4 a day. She put her on the adult dose and she said, just give her 4 a day and let's see what happens. Well, I was very skeptical. How are gummies going to help her? How is that going to make her feel better? But in less than 6 weeks, Ashley went from 2 to 3 days a week to nothing at all. She was completely running around, had no problems, missed no more days of school. And she has been that way for, well, it's been 14 to 16 months. And she's had 1 headache in that time since she's been on Juice Plus. So we got her started on that. Fast forward to August, and we talked it over, my husband and I, and we agreed that Juice Plus was just the best option for our family. We had seen such amazing results with Ashley. We thought, okay, what else can we get out of this product? So we just put everybody on it. We started with the fruits and vegetables with the kids, except for Ashley, who was also taking the berries for her headaches. And with all the COVID, we started the kids on the omegas. So we're all on and taking all of it. So not only has Juice Plus helped Ashley with her migraines, but we've seen a big difference in our son, Aaron, who has suffered with asthma since he was 18 months old. He is now 14. Aaron has been on an inhaled steroid for about 8 years now. And since taking Juice Plus, he is almost completely off of it. He very rarely takes it unless he just has some episodes, which, those flare-ups do happen from time to time. Who would have thought that extra fruits and berries and veggies and the omegas, who would have thought that would make such a huge difference in our lives, but it has. I take every opportunity to tell my friends and my family. We share our story because, my poor little girl would still be suffering if it hadn't been for that. And I definitely did not want to put her on medication. That was just not something I wanted to do, because you hear horror stories and I just did not want that for her. So I tell everybody that I can. I want others to know what Juice Plus did for Aaron and for Ashley. This is why we've become part of the Juice Plus family. When I signed up with Juice Plus, I didn't realize that I was going to be getting I knew I was going to be getting a great product, but I would also get a great community, a family. Team Inspire and the people that I've gotten to meet over the last 10 months are amazing. I've made new friends, and they're there to support me and my family. We continue on our journey. So I'm very thankful for this community and for what Juice Plus has done for us.
Thank you, Constance. I knew your story needed to be shared. Love that your whole family is now on all the products and you're seeing the amazing benefits. We're going to close tonight with Lisa Menace. She is a wife to Matthew and mom to 2 boys that are 14 and 10, and she has a mini schnauzer. She's originally from Chicago and now lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. She holds an MBA in marketing from Loyola University in Chicago. And she's been a member of our Healthy Living community for 4 fantastic years. And she is on the verge of QSSC and will move right into SSC within months. And I'm excited to introduce you to one of my dear friends, Lisa Menace.
Thank you, Tammy, and thank you everyone who has shared. These are all precious teammates of mine, and they're amazing. And as Tammy said, we moved to Charlotte about 5 years ago, and a year before we moved, my brother-in-law, my husband's only sibling, passed away suddenly at the age of 46. And so we had, improving our health on our minds when we moved here, but we weren't sure what that looked like. Does that mean joining a gym, or I don't know, just eating more greens, or what does that look like? And with 2 young boys, I didn't know what that looked like. And I had made I made my own baby food. I thought I was, all that in a bag of chips. And so I'm like, my kids have got this veggie thing down. Well, what was happening though is my son, who was 11 at the time, he was getting strep 5-6 times a year. And that had been going on for many years. And I'm thankful, but our pediatrician had said, I'm not going to take his tonsils out until he has it 10 times in a calendar year. Like, okay, but I'm grateful because he still has his tonsils. My husband has adult onset asthma. And again, like Tammy's husband, the collection of inhalers always goes with you. And I had just random aches and pains. I always had to stop before I started up the stairs because I never knew if my knee was going to act up and cause me some trouble. And I never really connected nutrition and these ailments. I never had connected them in my brain. So when my family took an outing to our neighborhood pool, my husband got nosy with a neighbor who had, okay, my neighbors bring interesting drinks to the pool, just saying. So he was joking with her and he said, so what's in your, carafe there? And it was a complete shake. It wasn't what the other people had, but they got to chatting and I'm in the water. I had no idea what they were chatting about. And we finished our pool outing, had a great time, came home for dinner. And he said, we need to get this stuff that the neighbor told me about. Like, what are you talking about? He told me, he's like, it's fruits and vegetables and capsules and chews, and we don't eat enough. And this is from a man whose brother had just passed away. So I wasn't going to say no. But he said, can we fit it in the budget? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's my job. So I fit it in the budget. We ordered it and started taking it. Kids got the chewables for free from the company for 4 years, which was amazing. And my husband and I each got our adult order. And because I'm a cheap budget nerd, I became a partner just to get the best price. And I looked at my neighbor who sponsored me and I said, I'm not sharing this with anybody. I'm just going to take it for myself. And so that's what I did. And she left me alone for 3 months. And then I realized, I looked at my son and I said, wait a minute, dude, you haven't been sick. And he's like, oh my word, you're right, Mom, I haven't been sick. And I called the pediatrician's office. It had been 8 months since his last diagnosis. And that's all we changed was him taking these chewies. And he was 10. I mean, come on, So they eat their junk. But he is now, he's now 14 and a half. He's now 4 years strep free. Every January, we call it his strep-iversary. And my husband has been able to retire an asthma inhaler. And I don't pause when I go up the stairs. I just run up the stairs. And so these little changes, well, strep is big, make such a difference. And so when I realized that this was making a difference, then I realized I was being selfish by declaring to my neighbor, I'm not sharing this with anybody. So I was hearing from people about their kids being sick and missing school and all the different things, the ear infections and all that. So that's what I decided to put on my big girl pants and start sharing. And that's where the amazing team comes in. And so I was glad that I was a partner, but I could just start sharing. They helped me. They gave me resources to learn how to do it and to do it well with integrity and authenticity. And I am so glad to be part of this community. The other thing I didn't realize, other than just having a bad knee, was I was a stay-at-home mom without a mission. And I realized that I was lonely and I was missing out on just something for myself. And I love my family, I love my boys, but I needed something for me. I have a background in corporate America and in marketing, and I missed out on the satisfaction of finishing a project and being told, well done. And so this community gives me that, and I do get to add to my family's budget. I have amazing friends. I never felt super disconnected during the quarantine because I'm always on Zoom with my friends. And so that's such a gift and a blessing that I will take Juice Plus till I die. And I know I will be friends with all of these people till the day I die. So I'm thankful that my husband was nosy at the pool that day and that he came home and said, can we make this work? And I was like, well, it's fruits and vegetables. We don't eat enough. So it's so simple, and yet it's offered so many blessings to my life. So thank you for letting me share tonight, everyone. Take care.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Well, it was such an honor and a blessing to share with all of you. Maybe you're a guest on tonight and you were invited because someone cared deeply about you and wanted you to be able to hear these stories and hear how they have changed lives. So we hope that one of three things, maybe you're on and you're like, I am just so inspired. I want to go eat a salad. I'm really excited to eat better and to make better choices and better decisions. Maybe you want to have that easy button and add Juice Plus into your diet as well. And we invite you to talk to the person that invited you to tonight's call. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, I know 2 or 3 people that really need this as well, along along with my family. We've got an incredible family plan program that you heard a couple of the ladies talk about tonight, that they started for that, just to pay for their own family. But maybe you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I want mom and dad, and I know these people, and I really would like to earn an additional $300 to $500, and I'd really like a community. I'm missing that. I need to be a part of that. We are looking for you. We need more boots on the ground, so we invite you to become a part of that. So thank you for joining us tonight. If that sounds like something that you would like to do, any or all of the above, please get with the person that invited you. Carol, Cheryl, thank you so much for asking us to be a part of tonight's call.
Thank you guys for sharing your stories. We're here every Thursday night, so make sure you come back and see us again. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Great.